In 1990, 5 friends banded together to take on the Golden Mile, an epic pub crawl spanning 12 watering holes and 60 pints, an endeavor they sadly failed to finish. 23 years later, they've all gone their separate ways, but have come back together to try one last time to finish this marathon, only to find their hometown is not as they remember it. I am Russell Ecks, and this is Geek Armada's review of The World's End. In 1999, director Edgar Wright and actor Simon Pegg co-created the now cult TV show Spaced in the United Kingdom. Once actor Nick Frost entered the picture, the trio was set for greatness. In 2004, they released Shaun of the Dead, a zombie comedy that forever put the trio on the map. Following up this success was 2007's Hot Fuzz, an action comedy. And after creating 2 films which combined their favorite genres with their own special brand of comedy and a certain brand of ice cream, fans began to demand a 3rd film to complete the trilogy. Introducing The World's End. After action and zombies, what could be left? Aliens. This time around, the roles are reversed, with Frost playing the more responsible of the two and Pegg taking up the role of the lovable idiot. I saw The World's End during a marathon screening of the entire Cornetto trilogy. This was the best way to watch this movie because it gave me the clearest comparison of them all. And after sitting in the same seat for 7 hours, I can honestly say that while Shaun of the Dead is still the best of the films, The World's End has the best story. This film was much more complex when it came to the characters, their struggles, and their relationship to each other. As with the other 2 films, the MacGuffin is really secondary to the characters and what their goals are. But unlike Shaun of the Dead or Hot Fuzz, you really don't see this one coming. If you've been blissfully unaware of the trailers and TV spots for The World's End, then the moment the blue-blooded aliens start popping up on screen will come as a serious surprise. As we've come to expect from these movies, this one too had a knockout cast, with Pegg and Frost leading up the team. And it was refreshing to see the secondary characters have a more substantive role this time around. Each character had his place in the story, and each character had a moment to shine, whether it's in the action, the comedy, or both. And while this movie was certainly very good, I still feel a bit unresolved with the conclusion. Since the title of the film turns out to be all too prophetic, I had hoped the resolution of the characters' stories would have been more dire. But since that was the only disappointing thing I saw in this film, I won't be complaining about it. This movie feels like a warm blanket, a fun comedic romp in a genre we geeks are so familiar with. I somewhat expect to spend my next sick day curled up on the couch, sipping a cup of hot tea, and watching The World's End. This will certainly find a place in my list of films that makes me happy. That's why I'm giving this movie a 9 out of 10. Starring Simon Pegg, Nick Frost, Martin Freeman, Paddy Considine, Eddie Marsan, and Rosamund Pike, The World's End opens in theaters Friday, August 23rd. Hey, thanks for watching, and remember you can always find more movie, TV show, and video game reviews at geekarmada.com. And I'm sorry to say there are no additional scenes after the credits, so you can go ahead and leave once those start to roll.